Raghupate Hridaye Asmadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhakti Prajacha Raghupungava Nirbharang Me Kamadidosharhitam Gurumanasancha. O Lord, you know that I do not have any other desire, and sitting in the heart of everyone, you know it very well. I only pray to you that don't get me attracted or trapped towards anything other than the supreme devotion, pure devotion to your lotus feet. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening to all you all. I am very happy to be present again with the reading from the Bhakti Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. Last discourse we had on Bhakti Yoga 16th, on May 25th. And Swamiji step by step now has come to the point, what is Para Bhakti, the supreme devotion, and how to achieve it, and what is the preparatory stage. Preparatory stage is renunciation. Through renunciation only we get that supreme devotion. And Swamiji was telling, in every system, path, there are some conditions. The Karma Yogi's renunciation is in the shape of giving up all the fruits of his action. He is not attached to the results of his labor. He doesn't care for the reward here or hereafter. So, Karma Yogi wants to achieve the goal of life through karma. What is the condition? Now, you do all good karmas, but don't get attached to it. Never ever have the idea of any benefit, anything from that. Only just service for service's sake, thinking that I am serving the God, the ultimate reality. I am not attached to it. I don't want to have any result here or hereafter. So he also, that is the condition. Then you become, through your good karmas, your mind becomes purified, and in the pure mind, that ultimate reality is realized, experienced. You get the vision. Raja Yogi also, he is ready to sacrifice. He is also under the conditions he has to pass through. Raja Yogi knows that the whole of nature is intended for the soul to acquire experience, and that the result of all the experiences of the soul is for it to become aware of its eternal separateness from nature. This nature, 24 tattvas are their principles. Who is enjoying all these things? So Raja Yogi, through the happiness and joy and misery, suffering, finally, gradually he purifies himself and raises his understanding and mind. Finally, he merges into samadhi, jananda, the bliss and bliss and bliss, ordinary things, anything, small happiness, joy, getting from the worldly objects, small things, that is impermanent. It comes, our senses enjoy for a little while, our mind enjoys, then it is again gone. So Raja Yogi wants to get that permanent bliss, eternal bliss. What is that? Through samadhi, completely controlling the mind, through the mind gradually raising it up, then merging the mind in the object of meditation, and that no vritti there. Completely yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. What is yoga? Raja yoga. Completely, there will be no thinking, thought, any change in the mind, anything. Mind will be completely, finally, when samadhi, it will be dissolved into that ultimate principle, which is my object of meditation. Gyan, Gyo, Gyata, Dhyan, Dhyo, that all becomes one. The meditation, object of meditation, and the mind, and who is meditating, everything merge into one consciousness and that blissful state. So he has to give up so many things. He is not attracted to anything. So this is the condition, that you will not be attached to anything. Any enjoyment, those are not yours enjoyment. This body, our senses enjoy. So finally he gets, through meditation, Raja Yoga means to the path of, he makes himself or herself perfected through meditation and gets that supreme bliss, eternal bliss of samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, completely joyful, blissful state, which cannot be uttered through our tongue and described. So these are the conditions, that you will not get attached through small enjoyment of the world. So you have to go beyond, finally. You have to get this experience. The human soul has to understand that and realize that it has been spirit and not matter through eternity, and that this conjunction of it with matter is and can be only for a time. The Rajayogi learns the lesson of renunciation through his own experience of nature. Through renunciation, gradually experiencing good, bad, now giving up small things that for that samadhi, bliss, eternal bliss, gives up condition, renunciation. Then he she becomes established in that eternal bliss, joy, which is the result of samadhi. So the Jnana Yogi has the harshest of all renunciations to go through, as he has to realize from the very first that the whole of this solid-looking nature is all an illusion. We, last lecture, discourses we have been up to this, that of all the renunciation, this Raja Yogi's renunciation is the harshest, very difficult. Why? He has to use his discrimination from the very beginning. That is the condition. Yamutra phalabhu virago. I do not care for anything in this world, and this world is not there. What we are seeing, it is not there. This body, no, there is no body. How difficult it is. I am feeling the pain, I am feeling the pleasure, I am suffering, I am enjoying. Still, from the very beginning, I have to take this attitude that no, these are not. These are all illusion, maya, ignorance. It is not real. These are all unreal. This whole world unreal. How difficult it is from the very beginning. That is the condition. So, through renunciation only, Jnana Yogi, the follower of the path of the knowledge, can come to this understanding, realization of the highest goal, that yes, nothing is there other than that Supreme Parabrahman. Nothing. And I, what is that? I am one with that. I am not this body. I don't recognize any body, anything else other than that ultimate reality. Whatever is there, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Nothing exists. Mithya means it is false, not that way, it is unreal. So, I don't accept that. I don't approve that there is anything other than Brahman. but everything we are facing, enjoying or suffering, something, good, bad. But from the very beginning, so Vivekananda Swamiji is telling that of all renunciations, the harshest is the Jnana Yogis, because he has to understand that all that is any kind of manifestation, he has to understand that all that is any kind of manifestation of power in nature belongs to the soul and not to nature. Rajayogi accepting the nature, that this is I am not, I am soul, nature is there. I am not getting attached, bound by it. I will give up. But gradually getting, raising himself. But Jnana Yogi completely no, there is no Prakriti, nothing is there. They are all false. It is appearing like the mirrors. It comes like dream. You get up, what is what you have created in your dream? There is no reality. So it was not that. In the dream I was seeing that I am a king, I am enjoying this, that I have. So where is that? So this whole world also, this what we call, we are awake, we are experiencing, this is also a kind of dream, says the Jnana Yogi. So it's Swamiji Vivekananda is telling it is very difficult. That he has to know from the very start that all knowledge and all experience are in the soul and not in nature. So he has at once and by the sheer force of rational conviction to tear himself away from all bondage to nature. He lets nature and all that belongs to her go. He lets them vanish and tries to stand alone. Ekameva advitiyam. I am alone. Who is this I? Body? No. I am that one, that ultimate reality, that Brahman, that Paramatman, Parabrahman. From the very beginning he has to take this. Through the power of force of discrimination, he has to apply this. Then only one day he will be established in this. Yes, Aham Brahmasmi. I feel I am that. I am not this body. Shankaracharya, a wonderful mantra is there. Mano buddhahankara chitta ninaham nacha srotra jivena hatcha gharano netre. I am not the mind, I am not the senses, I am not this, I am not the hands, I am not these. So, who am I? Chidanandarupa, Satchit Anandarupa, Shivoham Shivam. I am that pure consciousness, blissful, joyful, nothing else. Nobody, no mind. I am nobody's father, I am nobody's disciple, I am nobody's guru, I am nobody's teacher. Nothing, neti. Then what you are? Who is talking about it? I am that ultimate. I am that Brahman. What is and will be. I am that existence, bliss, consciousness, absolute. Satchit Ananda. Nothing else. So, from the very beginning, Jnana Yogi has to take this stern mental condition that yes, discrimination. No, nothing is there. Anything changes, that is not. That is unreal. So unreal I don't accept. I accept only the reality. And what is that reality? That Brahman. So Brahma Satya, Jagan Mitha, this whole universe is Mitha, unreal. I have only one thing real, and that is that. Ultimately. And Jiva Brahma Ivana. I am not this body. This I is one with that cosmic I. This is not a small I. This small I is thinking of the body. I am attached to the body, mind, senses. I am not that, I am not that. So, Swami Vivekananda said, he lets nature and all that belongs to her go. He lets them vanish and tries to stand alone. Now, Swamiji is continuing. Of all renunciations, the most natural, so to say, is that of the Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga also, renunciation is necessary. Without renunciation, nothing we achieve in this life. If you want to become a good student, how much hours you have to give up? Many things, others. friends of your age, they are sleeping, you have to give up sleep. They are enjoying some games and sports. So, whatever you want to achieve in this life, even in this materialistic world, you have to renounce. But for a bhakti yogi, renouncing is not, oh, my friends are playing, but my mind is there, but I have my examination. I want to become first, I want to achieve something, I want to gold medal. So I have to practice, I have to this, I want to enlist my name in the Olympic, I want to have the gold in the Olympic. So I am always practicing, always getting myself fit and fittest. Always trying to that, renouncing other achievements. No, I will not eat that. I have to keep my body fit. I will not eat that. I will not too much sleep. I will not. So many things are there. Your instructors, guide, they will train you, your trainer. So you are giving up. But bhakti yogi, of all renunciations, the most natural, so to say, is that of the bhakti yogi. What is that? Here there is no violence, nothing to give up, nothing to tear off, as it were, from ourselves, nothing from which we have violently to separate ourselves. The bhakta's renunciation is easy, smooth, flowing, and as natural as the things around us. We see the manifestation of this sort of renunciation, although more or less in the form of caricatures. Every day around us, a man begins to love a woman. After a while, he loves another, and the first woman he lets go. She drops out of his mind smoothly, gently, without his feeling the want of her at all. A woman loves a man, she then begins to love another man, and the first one drops off from her mind quite naturally. A man loves his own city, then he begins to love his country, and the intense love for his little city drops off smoothly, naturally. Again, a man learns to love the whole world. His love for this, his country, his intense fanatical patriotism drops off without hurting him, without any manifestation of violence. An uncultured man loves the pleasures of the senses intensely. As he becomes cultured, he begins to love intellectual pleasures, and his sense enjoyments become less and less. No man can enjoy a meal with the same gusto or pleasure as a dog or a wolf. But those pleasures which a man gets from intellectual experiences and achievements, the dog can never enjoy. At first, pleasure is in association with the lowest senses, but as soon as an animal reaches a higher plane of existence, the lower kind of pleasures becomes less intense. In human society, the nearer the man is to the animal, the stronger is his pleasure in the senses. And the higher and the more cultured the man is, the greater is his pleasure in intellectual and such other finer pursuits. So when a man gets even higher than the plane of the intellect, higher than that of mere thought, when he gets to the plane of spirituality and of divine inspiration, he finds there a state of bliss compared with which all the pleasures of the senses or even of the intellect are as nothing. When the moon shines brightly, all the stars become dim, and when the sun shines, the moon herself becomes dim. The renunciation necessary for the attainment of bhakti is not obtained by killing anything, but just comes in as naturally as in the presence of an increasingly stronger light, the less intense ones become dimmer and dimmer until they vanish away completely. So this love of the pleasures of the senses and of the intellect is all made dim and thrown aside and cast into the shade by the love of God Himself. In other paths, You have to take the decision mentally. No, although I am feeling a pull, no, I have to give up, I have to give up. I cannot enjoy now. I have to do this, I have to train me up, I have to make me ready, I have to make me fit for this. Then only I will achieve the goal. I have to go towards the aim. But in Bhakti Yoga, when a mother gives up something good, tasty for the children, does mother suffer? Oh, I am renouncing everything. She gets a different kind of pleasure, joy. Oh, my husband is eating, my son is eating, my children are getting joy in food. Mother doesn't feel that I am losing anything. A father, just new brand through his hard-earned money, he has just purchased a new brand car. Just, oh, son is there. Oh, all right, my son, you take it. He enjoys through the enjoyment of the son, his near and dear ones. So like mother, like father, like near and dear ones, whenever we give some very costly gift to others, we don't feel that we are renouncing something. We feel what a joy in gifting others. Very costly, very precious things we share. So in Bhakti path also, when we get something higher joy, small joy automatically drops off. It is not that forcefully, I know mind, although I may mind want to enjoy that, no, mind, don't go that side. Mind, sit here, don't go. It is not that. You are not to limit, restrict, and feel heat within you. Oh, I have to give it up, because I have a higher goal, But here in Bhakti Yoga, it comes naturally. Of all the renunciations in these different paths, this renunciation of the Bhakti Yogi is so natural, lovingly, in the name of God, my Ishta Devata, my chosen deity. I can give up anything and everything because I want love. I want to love you and your love and love alone. Nothing else. I am not attached to anything. So, automatically, the more the love becomes intense, more we grow in this path of bhakti, feeling more and more attraction towards God. We feel less and less attraction from other things, other enjoyment. So it becomes a natural thing. It is not that I have to take a resolution, decision, a place, so I will go forward. It is not that. It falls off automatically. It is so natural, so sweet. No violence, no suffering, no misery. No feeling that I am renouncing something. Rather, the more I renounce for my sweetheart, for my beloved, for my God, my everything, the more and more joy I feel. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when you get ordinary people, you are habituated to drink the syrup of molasses. All right, it is sweet, you enjoy. But when you get the syrup of the sugar candy, will you anymore enjoy the molasses soup, syrup? No, you will opt for that. This is not, I am giving up molasses juice, molasses syrup. It is not a renunciation. Joyfully, because you are getting something higher. Your experience, it is dropping off. We love our class. Suppose I am in class 5th grade. When I am promoted to the next class, do you feel I am renouncing class 5th? I am renouncing my old books. What a joy to read the more books, bigger books, higher books, sitting in the higher class, getting a new degree. So, in spiritual life, in the bhakti path, the devotees, they don't feel that they are renouncing anything. It is not a suffering, although it is also renouncing, like others. But in other paths, you have to, through your mind, take this, no, not this, do this, don't, do's and don'ts. Here, there is no alternative option, but only it drops off automatically. Swami Vivekananda is giving all these examples, that a man falls in love with another lady, he gradually forgets. He doesn't feel that, oh, I am renouncing one. He doesn't feel. Similarly, one woman loving today one man, feeling so much closeness, but when she falls in love with somebody else, this love automatically falls. He doesn't feel any more attraction, pull to his former paramour. It's like that. In Bhakti path, the more and more you feel the intense love for the chosen deity, for your God, for your Ishta Devata, the more and more you feel that your mind is stronger, less and less attraction for anything else. No, my mind is that joyfully you tread the path towards the goal. That is called supreme devotion, para-bhakti. So, the name of this chapter is the preparatory renunciation to achieve this para-bhakti or supreme devotion. The love of God grows and assumes a form which is called para-bhakti or supreme devotion. Forms vanish, rituals fly away. Books are superseded. Images, temples, churches, religions and sects, countries and nationalities, all these little limitations and bondages fall off by their own nature from him who knows this love of God, who loves God. This small enjoyment, my, me, these things, countries, the way when we gradually grow up, do we anymore play with the toys? Although those toys 2 years back or 5 years back, 3 years back or 1 month back, how intensely I used to love my toys, my dolls. I used to talk to them, but when gradually I am getting enlightened, getting enriched with the maturity, I find, oh God, these are lifeless, this is, but how much I used to like and love my dolls. I would shed tears. I won't eat anything if my doll is broken, if my doll is taken by somebody. How much but gradually, it is automatically drops off. In this renunciation in Bhakti path, in the name of God, when you get the feeling that you have got the love, feeling that you are growing the love for God, all other love for any other things, you don't consider it that I am losing something, love of God is very costly. No, you don't feel, oh, I have to give up my these. No, that question does not come. But in other things, you have to have discrimination. You have to apply your mind. Force, no, mind, no, not this way. Don't. Here, there is no don't. It is automatically coming out in your mind. Rather, you get more joy in giving up other things other than God. Nana spiharo God. I do not have any other desire. My Lord, I want only the pure devotion at your lotus feet, nothing else. And you also know, see that I am not enchanted, attracted by anything else, trapped in this world for the attraction of anything, love of anything. I don't want. See, don't trap me, don't bind me with anything other than your lotus feet, love of you. That is what the one and the only one thing I wish to have in this life. See that I am not deviated from my ideal and my mind remains always pure without any desire other than love for you, devotion for you, O God. So it is not a suffering, it is not a misery. It is a kind of spiritual joy, more and more. Little limitations and bondages fall off by their own. This ritual which I used to love, my puja, my God, my deity, I find my deity, my God everywhere. Yatra yatra netra pare, tatra tatra Krishna sphure. Wherever my eyes go, whatever I see, my chosen deity, my Krishna, my God is present there. I don't see, it is Jacob, it is Henry, it is Kenny, it is Mr. So-and-so, it is Mr. A, B, C, D. I don't feel, oh, this is rasgulla, this is good food, this is that, this is biryani, this is very tasty. All these things, Sri Ramakrishna says, become saltless, tasteless. Once you get the love of God, all other love for anything in this world, even your mother, father, brother, sister, wife, husband, son, children, your own beauty, which you loved so much, how much powder, cream, all these things we use to remain, to show that I am so beautiful, my face, everything. You see your face in the face of your chosen deity, your God. So these rituals, your rituals fly away. Books, my book, every day I read this special book, my God's words. All this attraction, my country, my nationality, my color, all these things vanish automatically without any effort, painful effort. When one knows that love of God, nothing remains to bind him or fetter his freedom. A sheep all of a sudden comes near a magnetic rock, and its iron bolts and bars are all attracted and drawn out, and the planks get loosened and freely float on the water. Divine grace thus loosens the binding bolts and bars of the soul, and it becomes free. So in this renunciation auxiliary to devotion, there is no harshness, no dryness, no struggle, nor repression, nor suppression. The Bhakta has not to suppress any single one of his emotions. He only strives to intensify those emotions, them, and direct them to God and God alone. So the language of Swami Vivekananda, these are all lectures, you see, what wonderful words coming out. Those who have experience, they can speak like this. Those who have not experienced, whose mind is like that, raised to that level, they can speak from their own heart. They don't read from somewhere, they don't quote, they don't read from some other book. They don't narrate some stories, somebody, this man, this. I feel it. I don't see anything else. I don't feel any pain, giving up anything in the name of my God. And the more I grow spiritually, I find that my God is the God of one and all, because God is one. I feel the presence of my God in everything and everywhere. There is no small ritualism, this is my path, this is this form, that form. All forms are the manifestations of my that form. Ultimate reality is being appeared, manifested through many ways, through many forms, through many places, in so many ways. And people are getting attracted. So I am no more deluded with anything limited. I am so happy to feel the presence of my God. My God with form now becomes formless reality. And there is no pain in it. I don't feel that I am losing anything. It is very painful, it is a suffering. No. Rather a different kind of joy, greater joy, sublime. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say that if you get something higher, better, you don't feel that you are giving up something lower. No, you rather enjoy, and you forget that, oh, I am giving this. If I get $100 and $10 somebody takes, I will not just make a wailing, oh, my $10, my $10. I know I have got already in my hand $100. In this world also, when somebody feels the presence of that growth of that love, devotion for God, anything in this world gradually vanishes. So next chapter is the Bhakta's renunciation results. We see results from love. This now becoming specific. Swami Vivekananda, that preparatory renunciation. Now, it is the result from love. Renunciation comes of the love. It is the result of the love that you have already grown, generated for God in your mind. We see love everywhere in nature. Whatever in society is good and great and sublime is the working out of that love. Whatever in society is very bad, nay, diabolical, is also the ill-directed working out of the same emotion of love. Swamiji will describe gradually that how this love, if it is ill-directed, it brings misery and suffering and other things. But if it is rightly directed towards God, towards higher level, how joyful and blissful it is for you and for others. Those who come in touch with you, in your company, they also feel the same joy as you are feeling. Emotion of love, it is working out. It is this same emotion that gives us the pure and holy conjugal love between husband and wife, as well as the sort of love which goes to satisfy the lowest forms of animal passion. The emotion is the same, but its manifestation is different in different cases. It is the same feeling of love, well or ill-directed, that impels one man to do good, to give all he has to the poor, while it makes another man cut the throats of his brethren and take away all their possessions. The former loves others as much as the latter loves himself. The direction of the love is bad in the case of the latter, but it is right and proper in the other case. The same fire that cooks a meal for us may burn a child, and it is no fault of the fire if it does so. The difference lies in the way in which it is used. Therefore, love, the intense longing for association, the strong desire on the part of two to become one, and it may be, after all, of all to become merged in one, is being manifested everywhere in higher or lower forms, as the case may be. A dacoit kills somebody only to bring joy and happiness by giving some good present or food and something to his own near and dear ones. He is also trying to do, but it's a bad way. He is doing something wrong, but in the mind he is trying to understand and enjoy that, yes, through that, doing bad to others by killing his own brethren, he can get joy. He is also running up to love, getting love, this worldly love. Those who seek, those who are seekers of love for God can do no harm to anybody. Nobody will be perturbed, disturbed by those who are seeking love of God or have already got that love of God in their heart, in their mind. They cannot do. But the same love, if it is ill-directed, not understood properly, this is also love. Love for child, love for wife, love for husband, love for something, love for his own wants, his or her own body, at the cost of everything else, at the cost of all others. That becomes suffering. So, this is a wonderful thing. Fire burns, fire prepares our food. We can enjoy our food. With the same fire, it may burn a baby also. So fire is not to be put responsible, to be made responsible. We are responsible how we use this love. Love is very pure, but we unknowingly we use it. Unknowingly, wrongly, ignorant people do use it in a wrong way. and bring suffering to others. But when it is actually so pure, it is directed to God, something higher, it brings joy not only to himself or herself, to the whole society, to the whole humanity, to each and everyone. So, therefore love, the intense longing for association, the strong desire on the part of two to become one, and it may be after all, of all to become merged in one, is being manifested everywhere in higher or lower forms as the case may be. Bhakti Yoga is the science of higher love. This love can be used for your personal selfish motive, only something which is so physical, so gross, and we have so many senses. There are lower senses. In the scripture it is there. This ahar, nidra, muitun. This mind is always in the navel, stomach, and this organs of evacuation and recreation. This, when minds are there, these are all sense organs, then only bad things we will do. But when the same mind is raised up to the heart, we will feel for others. When here, our mind will not think anything bad. It will not think anything impure, anything wrong, anything hurting anybody. So gradually, when the mind comes here, then we feel ourselves one with that ultimate reality, which is called samadhi, that bliss, pure bliss. So, this love, if it is ill-directed for selfish anything, bodily enjoyment, physical level, then it will be misused, abused. But when the same love is directed to a higher level of understanding, emotion, then through that one can enjoy himself or herself. That supreme bliss aimed at, directed to that God. So Bhakti Yoga is the science of that higher love, which is directed towards the higher object. What is that? The highest object is that ultimate reality, that God. It shows us how to direct it. It shows us how to control it, how to manage it, how to use it, how to give it a new aim, as it were, and from it obtain the highest and most glorious results. That is, how to make it lead us to spiritual blessedness. Bhakti Yoga doesn't say give up. It only says love. Love the highest. And everything low naturally falls off from him or her. The object of whole love is the highest. Na alpe sukham asti, bhumaiva sukham. No alpe sukham asti. There is no joy, peace, bliss, happiness in the small. No alpe sukham asti. Bhumaiva sukham. If you love 1%, 2%, your family, your own body, yes, that is also a kind of joy. You enjoy that. But that is so little. And it is so impermanent. It is so transitory. But bhumaiva sukham, real joy, real happiness, real bliss is achieved, experienced then when you can love the bhuma, the all, everything, everyone. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam, the whole universe, world is my family. Nobody is a stranger. Holy Mother Sharada Devi said, my child, if you here want to have peace, joy in mind, then don't try to find fault with others. Rather, you see your own faults. No one is a stranger. All are your own. The whole world is your own. Try to make the whole world your own if you have not yet made. And that is the secret. Not individually you can get the joy and peace and bliss eternally. If you want to have really experienced that permanent bliss and joy, the highest bliss and joy, the supreme bliss, then you have to think Vasudha eva kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. The whole world is my family. So, Bhakti Yoga doesn't say give up, give up. Bhakti Yoga says love, love, love more. You love one person, you love yourself only, love your family members also, love your friends also, love your countrymen, love your society. Then love the whole humanity. Expand, expand, love more. And see the presence of that Bhuma, that ultimate reality present in everything, everyone. That is the more the love you can others, the greatest, the highest, the most blissful, superlative quality things you enjoy. And all others and everything low naturally falls. You don't feel any pang and pain of giving up small, small joys. There's a small thing, so automatically it falls off. You don't feel, I am renouncing, it is very painful. It's rather a joy. Love is the highest love. That love is necessary. I cannot tell anything about thee except that thou art my love. Thou art beautiful. Oh, thou art beautiful. Thou art beauty itself. What is after all really required of us in this yoga is that our thirst after the beautiful should be directed to God. We get joy in small beauty, beauty of my face, beauty of my near and dear one's face, my child's face, my mother's face, father's face, husband sees beauty in wife sees beauty in husband's face, paramour's face, so many things, but this is small. Today you see beauty, tomorrow you don't see. It is transitory. There will be wrinkles. All this so-called beauty of the youth will go, will vanish. So don't be trapped for that. There are higher beauties there. And then the lover, the devotee feels, I cannot tell anything about thee except that thou art my love. Towards God you feel, no, my love. Thou art my love, thou art so beautiful. Thou art beauty itself. I don't find more beauty than you in any other thing, any other face other than yours. My highest beauty, my beauty itself is you. Towards God, this kind of feeling will come gradually. What is after all really required of us in this yoga is that our thirst after the beautiful should be directed to God. What is the beauty in the human face, in the sky, in the stars, and in the moon? It is only the partial apprehension of the real, all-embracing divine beauty. Now he is quoting Swami Vivekananda. We forgetfully, we do not know. Mistakenly we think beauty is in my near and dear one's face, beauty in this, beauty in that, beauty in... Because we are mistaken, we do not know the source of all beauty, truth, beauty, goodness, joy, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, the root of all these things, virtues that gives us joy, pleasure, are not anywhere in any face, in any human being, in any object, in any statue, in any sky, moon. The joy, the bliss, the beauty of each and everything is, its root is in that ultimate reality, God, Brahman. Now Swamiji is quoting from the Upanishad. He is shining, everything shines. It is through His light that all things shine. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Kathopanishad, mantra number, this is the second chapter, second 2 to 15th mantra. Second chapter, second sub-chapter. There, this mantra is Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. He shining, everything shines. It is through His light that all things shine. There is no beauty individually in any of us, in anything, in the whole universe. Everywhere we feel the love. Love for husband, love for wife, love for near and dear one, love for son, daughter, brother, sister. Where from it comes? Because in everyone's heart, that perennial source of all love and joy and beauty and attraction is God sitting, that ultimate reality. Everything is coming from that light. This moon's light is borrowed light. It is only reflection. It doesn't have any light. In the whole world, nothing has anything, beauty, truth, anything, any reality, unless and until it is enforced. It is strengthened with that, given with that source. That is Brahman. So that is what he is telling, quoting from the Upanishad. Take this high position of bhakti, which makes you forget at once all your little personalities. Take yourself away from all the world's little selfish clingings. Do not look upon humanity as the center of all your human and higher interests. Stand as a witness, as a student, and observe the phenomena of nature. Have the feeling of personal non-attachment with regard to man, and see how this mighty feeling of love is working itself out in the world. Sometimes a little friction is produced, but that is only in the course of the struggle to attain the higher real love. Sometimes there is a little fight or a little fall, but it is all only by the way. Stand aside and freely let these frictions come. You feel the frictions only when you are in the current of the world, but when you are outside of it, simply as a witness and as a student, you will be able to see that there are millions and millions of channels in which God is manifesting Himself as love. Mistakenly we hate others. Mistakenly we become unhappy with others. God has given love to all of us. God is the love. And the more our mind is pure and more we love God, we feel that God is love, love is God. There is no separate God. Love itself is God. And everywhere that love is there, although we don't understand that. We personalize it, we think in a different way, with our small, narrow mind, misunderstanding. But if you can make yourself witness, see how the whole world is playing, the whole universe, you will see the presence of that ultimate reality, that love everywhere. The whole world, the creation, it is out of love, only unknowingly, not knowing how the creation is going on. It is the result of love. Where from that love has come? Now he will quote from Upanishads. That wherever there is any bliss, even though in the most sensual of things, there is a spark of that eternal bliss, which is the Lord Himself. This is there in our Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is Etasya eva anandasya nani bhutani matram upajivanti. On a particle of this supreme bliss of the self, supreme self, other creatures live. Where from we get joy? In eating, drinking, anything we do, anything we enjoy. Why we get joy? Why we get some kind of satisfaction, peace, bliss, happiness? Because in everything, that is the behind source of perennial source of all these things. This is a conversation between Janaka and Jaggavalka. That Itasya, you see, Janaka was the king. Sita, Mother Sita's father, Janaka. He was a king, but completely detached, nirashakta. King, but unattached, jivan mukta, living but free. Not bothering anybody, not perturbed, disturbed by anything. Father of Sita, Ramchandra's wife. So that Janaka was being trained by Jaggavalka, Brahmarshi. Ever established in that Brahman. He's telling Janaka, king, you see, what is that source of joy? Everyone we enjoy. Anything and everything we do, we enjoy a little bit, we get joy. That is why we do something. We eat. Why we eat? We get joy. We play. Why we play? Because we get. Why people love each other? Because they think that I am loving. Husband loves wife, wife loves husband, father, mother loves children. No, they do not know. They are mistaken. They think it is my child I love, it is my husband, my wife. No. The root of, source of all that love, joy is in God, and God is in every. Unknowingly they do it. But devotee do it knowingly. So, this, wherever there is any bliss, even though in the most sensual of things, there is a spark of that eternal bliss, which is the Lord Himself. Even in the lowest kinds of attraction, there is the charm of divine love. One of the names of the Lord is in Sanskrit is Hari. And this means that He attracts all things to Himself. Haran Kora, to attract, to take away. Our mind He takes away. God attracts our mind. That is why He is Hari. God takes away all our suffering also. Our mind also. When we can give our mind, in the Gita, Arjuna was being taught by Sri Krishna. You see, Arjuna, if you cannot do anything, no yoga, no work, no fighting, you give up everything, surrender to me, then what I will do? I will make you free. I am taking your care. You don't bother. I will give you liberation, freedom, the highest bliss, the highest knowledge. Everything will come from me. You surrender everything if you cannot do anything. So, these devotees will get everything if they can surrender that ego to the feet of that ultimate reality, your chosen God. So in Sanskrit there is a term Hari. Hari means He attracts all things to Himself. He is in fact the only attraction worthy of human hearts. Who can attract a soul really? Only He, capital. Do you think dead matter can truly attract the soul? The dead body. Today is there anybody, oh, bury it, oh, foul smell coming, oh, it is dirty now, it is infectious, oh, germs are there, either burn or cremate or put in the graveyard, something, body, something you will do. But a few minutes, 1 minute, 1 second before, this was my nearest and dearest one, my mother, my father, my son, my husband, my daughter, my this and that, so much I am hugging and everything. The moment that it is lifeless, it is a matter. So, love that reality, that makes everything light, that makes everyone happy, that brings joy. Know that source of joy, eternal, perennial source of all bliss, all joy, all beauty, all consciousness, all existence. All these bodies will come and go, but that ultimate reality will never be vanished. Because that was, that is, and that will be, that is the only reality. Know this. Automatically all your attraction for anything in this world will vanish. So, 1 minute and I finish today. Only He. Do you think dead matter can truly attract the soul? It never did and never will. When you see a man going after a beautiful face, do you think that it is the handful of arranged material molecules which really attracts the man? Not at all. Behind those material particles there must be and is the play of divine influence and divine love. The ignorant man does not know it, but yet consciously or unconsciously he is attracted by it and it alone. So even the lowest forms of attraction derive their power from God Himself. None, O beloved, ever loved the husband for the husband's sake. It is the Atman, the Lord, who is within, for whose sake the husband is loved. Unquote. This is from the Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka. No vare pattu kamaya pati priyo bhavati Atmanastu kamayo pati priya bhavati navare jaya kamayo jaya priya bhavati Atmanastu kamayo jaya priya bhavati. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2, 4 and 5th. Second chapter, 4th sub-chapter and 5th mantra. This Jaggavalkya Maitri. Same Jaggavalkya, that's Rishi Brahmarshi talking to his wife with Maitri, giving the knowledge of the Atman. It is everything there. Don't think that husband-wife attraction, father, mother, son, daughter attraction, friendship, these, that. It is only unconsciously you're doing. But when you are become a devotee, you know, consciously know that the source of all attraction, all love, all beauty, all joy is that, ultimately that alone. That is why you feel attracted to each other, because I love God in you. Although I am thinking I love this body. We are not this body within everyone. So we will continue today. I stop here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Any question?
Yeah, there's a couple of questions.
Yes. Today's 15th.
Is there any entry into the religious life possible without being pure first? Is there entry into the religious life, is it possible without being pure first?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. And there's a little bit more to the same question.
Okay. What is the idea of you, the questioner, of purity? Without being pure, there is no end of being pure. We all, when we be one with that God, which is the purity, personification of purity, then only we become one with that. But one night it will go, no? We are on the different steps of the stair, of the ladder. Yes, let us begin. Without the alphabets, how can I complete my master's, my PhD, my university, graduation, post-graduation? Gradually we will feel purified. There are, Valmiki is there, Doshu Ratnakar, Robert Ratnakar, transformed into the Muni, Valmiki Muni, who wrote the life of divine play of Ramchandraji, Ramayana. So, when you start purifying yourselves, means what do you think of purity? If you take God's name, what you are thinking, that I have committed sin? What sin a man can commit? There is a saying, Chaitanya Dev, in Chaitanya Dev, একবার হরি কি কৃষ্ণ নামে যত পাপ হরে জীবের সাধ্য কি তত পাপ করে. How can an ordinary individual creature like us commit so much of such a big mound of sinful acts, that by taking God's name once, it cannot be burnt into ashes? See the power of the God's name. If you love God, your idea of this, I am impure, what is I'll be first pure, then I will call on God. Oh God, who is pure in this world? Only God is pure, nobody is pure. So take it easy, start loving God. What you have done, do you think we know only what we have done in this life? That also many things we have forgot, good, bad, whatever it may be. What we did in our previous lives, this life is the result of our previous lives. Is it so? We do not know how much good things, bad things we did, but we understand that life is a mixture of combination of both. So don't bother for being pure, You love God, automatically all things will fall off. Yes, next question. Go on.
Is a gopi a yogi? Is a gopi a yogi?
Is it?
A gopi, one of the gopis, Krishna and the gopis. Is a gopi a yogi?
Is a gopi is a yogi?
Yeah.
Yes. Why only gopi? We are all yogis. If we try to, yoga means union. If we try to unite ourselves, our mind, with that ultimate reality, God, then we are all yogis. Only in the first step of the ladder, or last step of the ladder. Gopis are all yogis, yoginis. In feminine gender, it is yogini. Yogi, yogini. Those who have united their mind with the union with God or trying to do it, they are called yogi, yogini. Male yogi and female yogini. Yes, next.
Does anybody have any questions here?
Anything? Henry? You are Henry? I'm talking, your name is?
Patrick.
Patrick.
No questions.
No question. Well, thank you, my dear. So you can now off the streaming.